přinese souboj dvou zajímavých talentů, Peter Gabal a Hafeni Nafuka. Nafuka je německý bojovník z Mnichova, který se měl s Gabalem představit právě na turnaji v Mnichově. Bohužel se zranil a zápas musel být odložen. Nyní jej ale dostáváme vylepšený o to, že Gabal si mezitím odskočil do organizace Fabrik a dokázal porazit talentovaného cigánika. Pro Gabala to bude po dvou vítězných zápasech mimo OKTAGON čtvrtý zápas naší organizaci a chtěl by si v něm srovnat skóre na 2-2. Jestli se mu to povede, bude záležet na jeho 100% výkonu.
Teď se po roční odmlce vrací, aby naskočil na vítěznou vlnu a dostal svým předurčením z amatérské scény. Proti Gabalovi se postaví nové jméno. Hafeni Nafuka rozděl svou kariéru teprve před půl rokem. Zvládl ale všechny 3 své zápasy a tak do OKTAGONu přichází jako zatím neporažený. Všechny 3 své soupeře dokázal navíc ukončit. Jednoho dokonce ve welterové váze.
A tak nás může čekat velmi zajímavý grapplerský, anebo také, jak už to bývá, postojářský duel dvou velkých talentů, které musí za každou cenu v tomto duelu zvítězit.
Bude Peter Gabal připravený na těžšího soupeře? To uvidíme.
So here we go, so excited for this fight. 2 young men stepping into the cage, and this potentially the youngest man on the OKTAGON roster. Hafeni, the Namibian nightmare Nafuka, 19 years of age, Luke Barnett, 19 years of age, already gone 5-0 as an amateur, now 3-0 as a pro, and every bit absorbing the energy, the atmosphere of this arena, as he did at the weigh-ins yesterday. There was a queue of people looking to have the picture taken with this young man, and his personality is one thing, Luke, but his fighting style is another. He is pure jiu-jitsu. 12 years of age, he first stepped into the jiu-jitsu gym, put on a gi, and he has been in love with that sport ever since, and that has delivered 2 of his 3 finishes so far as a professional.
And you can see him now embracing the crowd, 19 years old, fearless, coming out here, like you said, at the weigh-ins, enjoying it too. I want to hear you say his name again.
Hafeni Nafuka.
No, with the nickname, the whole thing. Say again.
Hafeni, the Namibian nightmare Nafuka.
Okay, I'm not going to attempt that as well. But yeah, Hafeni is, like you said, 3-0 now, undefeated, has never tasted defeat. Young, confident, 19 years old, and just that jiu-jitsu pedigree that he has. But that really is most of what he's got. We spoke to the other team as well, and they recognize that, and they feel like if they can stop this going to the mat, they'll be able to win it with ease on the feet. So that really is the tale of this fight, is the story here, if he can manage to get this to the feet. But I've heard he is extremely powerful for 19 years old, and fighting a welterweight previously as well. If he grabs hold of you, it could be hard to stop him from taking to the ground.
Well, to give you an idea of the size they're dealing with, since he weighed in at 70.3 on the money, he is now 84 kilograms today. They do believe he can make 66 as well. But his story is special. He was born in Germany, but then his parents moved back to Namibia, took him with him, and there they obviously were trying to make life out there. In the end, ended up coming back to Germany, lived in a refugee camp, and again had to fight for, you know, just his existence. But what he got inspired by were the way his mother and his father worked. Their commitment to making his life better is now his commitment to shining on this stage and doing all he can to thank them for what they did for him with his performances.
And the German nightmare is not as good as a nickname, is it?
It's not as good as a nickname. Oh, here we go. This might be the most apt walkout song of the evening as Peter Gabal returns to the OKTAGON cage. This young man was touted as potentially the one to watch, the one to beat. He was on a 2-fight win streak. He beat Martin Muka on his debut at OKTAGON 18. He beat him by rear naked choke, a phenomenal victory. But then he had 2 back-to-back losses. But Luke, there is no shame in who he lost to. David Carreta, he lost a unanimous decision to. And then he fought Roman Paulus, another Czech rising superstar at OKTAGON 29, lost that to punches, has gone away. His team felt he needed to get away from even the big stage to rebuild that confidence. He's won 2 fights, one over Lloyd Manning, a superb grappler from Ireland, by rear naked choke, and then he beat Thomas Siganik in his last fight. And once he did that in February of this year, they said there was something else about him. They said he's ready to return, and that song, I'm Coming Home, says it all.
Yeah, going through that story to get back here. Andre Reinders there in the corner beside him, making sure he's prepared and ready to take on the Namibian Nightmare. And I feel like he's definitely a more rounded fighter going into this bout, and he needs to put all of those skills on display to take this one home. He needs to avoid that ground game and really show us how mixed martial arts is mixed, and it's about being capable everywhere and not just in one specific area.
Yeah, you saw in his corner there, as long as with Andre Reinders, Mate Kuznik, who is known as a nightmare wrestler himself. A lot of the rounds have been with him, working on the defensive wrestling. They feel that Nafuka was going to try and get this to the mat no matter how, even if it involves pulling guards. So he's worked on conditioning. He's worked in that grueling realms of grappling round after grappling round. And he feels, and his team feel, this is going to be the rebirth. We're going to see Peter Gabal 2.0. Look at the tail of the tape between these two. Look at this. Look, if you add their ages together, they're still younger than me. That hurts. That hurts. 19 years of age is Hafeni, taking on Peter Gabal, 24. Height and reach identical. And the tip sport odds in the favour of Gabal, but just this set to be a real fantastic lightweight contest between two hot prospects here in Octagon. Let's hand it to the man with the mic. Let's get this one underway. Time to hand it to Andre Nafuka.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest is a lightweight bout. It is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds, and the referee in charge of this bout is Gerd Richter. Let me introduce you both fighters, and we will start in the blue corner. He's 19 years old, 180 centimeter tall, weight in 70.2 kilo. Represent Fight Fusion, and the coaches in his corner are Jan Zander, Hannah Rau, and Forman Saidi. He has a professional record of 3 fights, 3 wins, and all before the limit. Fighting out of Germany, the Namibian Nightmare, Hafeni Nafuka. In the red corner, 24 years old, 180 centimeters tall, weight in 70.8 kilos. He represents Reinders MMA and Pražský Rohovník. Tolia Gym, and the coaches in his corner are Andre Reinders, Tolia Hunanian, Matěj Kuzník. He has a professional record of 6 fights, 4 wins and 2 losses. Fighting out of Czech Republic, Peter Gabal.
Gentlemen, you know the rules. Protect yourself at all times and listen to my commands. When I say stop, you stop. Fight hard, fight fair. Touch your gloves, please. Step back in your corner.
They touch gloves, and we are set and ready for this lightweight contest. Hafeni, the Namibian Nightmare Nafuka in the blue corner, white shorts, taking on Peter Gabal. Gabal, red corner, black and gold shorts.
Ready, ready.
Both hands out, like they're going to touch hands. It's going to be a fast start. I feel this one, both ready to go.
Southpaw versus Orthodox as well, Luke. And Gabal and his team feel that it's going to be a matter of time before Nafuka looks for that shot. Trying to get in and under those hands of Peter Gabal. Oh! Now he's in on that leg.
Manages to get in on this single. Defends well, but pushes him up against the fence.
There did seem to be a reaction from that body kick. That was right in front of the commentary position, and it felt like it, or it looked like it buried right into that liver, Luke.
Yeah, I feel like head's a bit low, but he's kind of just taking a little bit of rest, maybe because of that body kick. Covering up here and just taking a little bit of a rest. He's got this single, switches it out. Lifts and goes to the body.
Oh, he's got it down. Oh, the sweep. The sweep, the reversal there from Peter Gabal, effortlessly done, but look at this, Nafuka back on the attack and taking the back, Luke.
Gets one hook already, gonna roll here.
Oh.
Be careful, he takes a second hook.
Oh my goodness.
Beautiful work early here now from Nafuka as he, great scramble from Gabal though to end up on top.
Back and forth they go, those rounds and rounds on top of rounds with Mate Kuznik in that Reinders MMA gym looking to pay dividends, but already an interesting chess match.
Very interesting, as Nafuka's managed to get the takedown that we've all spoken about. Once he's got it to the ground, he's been swept. He's ended up on the bottom. He's now looking to try and go deep hook on that single. Managed to get back and get the takedown.
That knee might be one that Peter Gabal regrets throwing because it invited the takedown, the scoop there from Hafeni.
And Hafeni now in a good side control, but gets caught with a couple of elbows. Kind of again taking a little bit of a rest. Gabal trying to dig here to get this underhook back. Good top pressure from Nafuka.
Nafuka has worked his jiu-jitsu since the age of 12. His main coach is Hannah Rauk. She is the one that has born the Namibian Nightmare. Taught him all these moves and applied them now into mixed martial arts. Oh, he's looking at that Kimura. He's going to work his way over that.
Now splits the legs, does well to try and stop the bump from the hips, digging in that underhook.
He's
trying to
working for the Kimura. Look at that. He is trying to feed that under to grab that grip.
Needs to be careful he doesn't get swept here, though, as he gets the key lock now on top. Hands are connected.
He's going to step over this. Is it good? Oh, good reaction from Gabal. That was a dangerous point there.
Gabal scrambles to the back. Nafuka manages to get one hook at least here, crosses the legs.
Fluid jiu-jitsu.
Going for that body triangle, and Matt gets this as well. This is the best position he's had all fight now.
And has time as well. Time to work 2 minutes 15, Luke.
Yeah, finally has it solid as well, because every other position has been fluid. And Gabal has been exploding, getting out, using a lot of energy. Now has this fully locked body triangle and extended out, gives it up a little bit. Takes up the second hook. Could maybe swing this to an armbar as well.
Might look to even shift to mount, we'll see. But that moment with the Kimura, that was good reactions from Gabal, right, Luke? Because as soon as Nafuka stepped over the head, that could have been dangerous.
Dangerous here, though, as he tries to hunt for the neck.
This will be a huge victory, a huge finish. Should he be able to do this against Gabal?
He's off to the side, you know, his hips are a little bit off. Doesn't have the square back of Gabal, so Gabal's managing to do 2-on-1 and looking to reach back and grab the head. You could see Gabal switch here and spin within this back control. But great control here, though, from Nafuka.
Well, when we talk about the game plans, they knew what was going to happen, Luke. They knew he was going to look for it, and they felt they had the answer to it, the antidote to the wrestling that Hafeni would bring.
But there's some athletes that just feel different. They just feel different once you get in there. You believe a certain thing about them. Oh, he's just got basic jiu-jitsu.
He's only 19.
Yeah,
into mount.
But then he pops out, looks to the leg. Nafuka gets off, lands a couple of shots, get back on top. Great awareness from Nafuka, and very fast. Once he decides to do something, he just explodes.
I think he reacted
and falls into the mount position here as well.
I think he initially reacted to the threat of maybe a leg lock attack.
He did, and he escaped out.
Oh, nice shot. Nice shot. If you think about that, look at the positions he's had. If he starts adding this to it, Luke, if he starts building the pressure and the damage as well from the ground and pound.
These are big shots as well. He needs to be careful with the up kicks. Big shots coming down from the ground and pound. And just effortlessly passes the guard there.
19 years of age.
Looking again for this Kimura, manages to get the grip again.
He needs to switch his hips and step. Oh, he might take the back from this spot.
Switches back to go to the mount. Beautiful work, and have this Kimura now.
Oh, he's fighting hard for it. Oh, my goodness.
Passes the hip, straight out the arm, switches him round.
Rolling.
Going for a triangle here as well.
This, a dangerous spot here. Oh, he gets to roll with it. The time just goes. What a round there for Hafeni, the Namibian Nightmare Nafuka. When you talk about that nickname, that must be a nightmare to face, quite literally, Luke. Look at the way he's staring his man down, walking backwards.
He had that then. He had that Kimura, and he was switching it up into a straight armbar right as the clock went. Was saved by the bell, definitely there. And he's proven his pedigree already in this first round, and he has proven that he can get this to the ground. So we know what's going to happen in this second round. And it has been a scramble ever since. Gabal showed fantastic jiu-jitsu as well. Nice sweep, good top position, escaped a lot, attacked the leg lock, as you said, and I believe he has a victory by a leg lock as well. So he is dangerous in those positions. But Nafuka, very, very aware. We see the self-awareness here in the highlights. And again, staring down his opponent. You can't see it off camera, but Nafuka in the middle.
He's
of the
already in the
octagon staring
middle.
at him.
He's already in the middle of the cage. Now look, talk us through some of this action.
He just drives through, receives that knee, gets taken down, and then from here manages to get to the back, and we see him get to the body triangle position. But these drive-through takedowns, he was relentless at getting it to the mat.
And what you did not see while these highlights were being played was Hafeni Nafuka walk to the middle and stare down his man, inviting him now to the center. Hafeni in the white shorts, blue corner, Gabal, red corner. Oh, he's pulled guard, Luke.
They're happy to be on the mat. He's felt the energy of Gabal now, and I think he feels far superior on the ground. So pulled in there to the half guard. Manages to regain, and in the full guard position now. Full guard up against the fence is a bit more complicated, a little bit more difficult.
Oh, little shots coming in, short shots here from Gabal.
Yeah, but looks very unfazed and calm, does Nafuka.
The questions coming into this fight was, Nafuka's never been on a stage like this. You jump back and watch some of his fights there in small halls rather than arenas, small crowds rather than big lights.
But I feel like he's rising to the occasion, especially what he just did in the break when he was staring down at his man. As he manages to hike up here, gets to this single, could maybe pass out to the back. Needs to be careful of the Kimura attempt as well, standing. But has this deep on this single leg.
That stand, that wasn't just technique though, was it, Luke? That was a good bit of power.
A lot of power there. There's certain athletes that are just able to do those get-ups.
Oh,
Has this going to go for the high crotch. Wraps but pulls him down, looks for that sweep, doesn't work this time. Beautiful work, shelves the leg and gets to this side control position, gives up the back, does Gabal. Needs to be careful he doesn't give up the Dagestani handcuff here.
Yeah, look at this pressure right in front of his corner now is Nafuka. He's got one hook set in there, an immense amount of pressure from this 19-year-old.
And crossing these legs now and pushing in these hips. Could see him rain down some ground and pound as well with his right hand. Manages to tripod up, but too much pressure. Hips are a little bit high from Nafuka, wants to get those hips back. The further back he can get his hips, the more pressure he can force down on Gabal.
Gabal trying to just avoid that second hook in particular, but there it goes.
Now has those two hooks. This is a lot of pressure, flattens him out. Big shots, gives up the guard.
Oh,
beautiful work.
Out. Backdoor exit there from Peter Gabal. He needed to do that, but now in this north-south position.
In the north-south.
Just wait for the memes now.
Of course. As he tries to move on to the single leg, has hold of it, but Nafuka's going to easily evade this, I think, and switch round to the side control. Just going to spool him out and move around.
The referee
wants action
from this position. Now grabbing
front
hold of that
headlock,
neck. Yeah.
looks to take it to the back. Good arm, has this real deep now.
Oh, he's got hold of that. He's got the modified grip as well.
Has it now.
He's squeezing
up.
this. Hafeni Nafuka looking for the finish. He gets it. He gets it. The Namibian Nightmare. 19 years of age. Finishes Peter Gabal here in his debut for Octagon.
A very, very slick modified guillotine there. And once he got hold of it and he had hold of the throat, he wrapped the legs up and he was taking it home. He was going to take that head off once he managed to get it.
Oh my goodness. You know when you feel like you've witnessed something special, you know when you feel like you're in the presence of pure potential, and then when it delivers against Gabal. And look, Gabal from the biggest gym in the Czech Republic, training with the likes of Kuznik, Jakub Tikota, Jan Malak. He is rated so highly over there. This young man, the Namibian Nightmare, Hafeni Nafuka, has just made his name here in Octagon. And look, he's based in Munich. The waves that Octagon are making over there, you can see this being a stratospheric launch into stardom for this young man.
You can see him as he embraces his corner, the joy on his face and just the pure emotion coming out of this young man as well. It meant a lot to him.
And his team there with Hanna Rauka's BJJ coach, high emotions. And we said on the walkout, pure BJJ, and this was it, Luke. Just talk us through it. Even going for this, just talk us through it. I loved it.
Pulled the half guard, then managed to switch it into that high crotch that he managed to get the shelf the legs and get on top, escape the back. It was constant attack. High, good position from Nafuka, and then manages to just clutch this neck. As soon as he gets it here, connects the hands with this modified high elbow guillotine, wraps the legs and jumps and dives for it. And now really, really amid the pressure, you see the grimace on the face as he was tearing his neck back. Beautiful victory for him.
And there we see.
And with the stats, they don't really tell a lot because
That
there was
doesn't
some
tell the
punches
tale of the
landed,
fight,
but
yeah.
it's got nothing to do with the fight because it was all about the positions on the ground and just the creativity from Nafuka.
Well, what a way to make your debut here in Octagon. A smile on his face. He got a superstar's welcome at the weigh-ins. Let's make this moment real for him. Let's hand it to Andrei Novotny.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee has called stop the reaction in the second round after 2 minutes and 42 seconds. And we know that the winner by guillotine is coming from the blue corner, Hafeni, the Namibian Nightmare, Nafuka.
Okay, ich stehe hier mit dem Sieger, dem 19-jährigen Namibian Nightmare, Hafeni Nafuka. Du hast jetzt deine erste Performance bei Octagon gemacht und mit einer absoluten Glanzleistung hier aufgefahren. Wie fühlt sich das für dich an? Wie geht es dir?
Kann ich? Okay. Geisteskrank. Ich fühle mich sehr, sehr gut. Vorbereitung. Wir haben uns sehr perfekt vorbereitet. Mit meinen Headcoaches, Jan Sander und Hannah auch. Einmal filmen bitte. Ja, Mann. Das sind die Leute, die mich hierher gebracht haben. Die mich darauf vorbereitet haben, dass ich hier kämpfen darf. Und natürlich mein Manager Faman Saidi, dass er es mir alles ermöglicht hat. Bitte nochmal filmen. Das sind die 3 Menschen, die mir das alles ermöglicht haben, hier zu kämpfen. Und ja, natürlich habe ich eine Glanzleistung hier gebracht. Ey, und Leute, danke nochmal, dass ihr alle gekommen seid, die Leute von Ringsburg. Und auch allgemein, schöne Grüße an Ringsburg, geht raus. Und natürlich an Liberes. I love you, Liberes. Make power, yeah! Power, power, power! Yeah, that's it! Yeah, I love it!
I was asking him, that was your first performance and you pulled out a really dominant fight. How are you feeling? And he said, first of all, he wants to thank his coaches and also his manager because they were the people who made it possible that he was able to fight here tonight. And also, he was extremely grateful for all the people, all the fans who were coming here to support the fighters. Doesn't matter if they're from Liberec, from the hometown here, or if they're coming from his hometown, from Regensburg. He's just happy and grateful. Das war eine Wahnsinnsleistung. Ich hoffe, wir sehen dich irgendwann wieder. Wann dürfen wir dich das nächste Mal im Cage sehen?
Boah, ist mir scheißegal, Mann. Ihr könnt mich morgen sehen, ihr könnt mich später, das ist mir egal. Aber ich glaube, das nächste Event ist ja was ist das nächste Event? Ich glaube in Prag. 20.05. Da will ich dabei sein, safe, Mann. Legt mein Gegner auf den Tisch, ich bin dabei. Let's go.
So I was curious about when we're going to see the next performance of this young, hungry lion. And he said, it doesn't matter if it's tomorrow, it doesn't matter if it's the May 20th in Prague. He's going to stay ready and he's going to stay in training. So we look forward to see you again. Ladies and gentlemen, Hafeni Nafuka!